So hello students. So in the last class we have started a new topic, that is your discrete Fourier transform. So and we have solved one problem, how to find 4-point DFT by using discrete Fourier transform. That is, a signal xn is given in time domain, how to find its discrete Fourier transform, that by using your definition that we have solved. So what is the definition for discrete Fourier transform? That is summation of, here always remember we have to take finite number of samples. So summation always going to be n is equal to 0 to n minus 1, that is, here this is your DFT, and we have xn e to the power minus of j 2 pi by n into k into n. So this is the definition for your discrete Fourier transform. So now we have another term. Here we can see this is the phase. In complex e to the power j theta, it represents the phase. So this phase can be written with another term, that is known as your Twiddle factor. Always remember. And this Twiddle factor for n point DFT is denoted as Wn. So for example, if 4-point DFT, it can be written as W4. This is because of n point DFT, it is written as Wn. And this Wn value is nothing but e to the power minus of j 2 pi by n. E to the power minus j 2 pi by n. So now we can write this Wn in this equation. So how to write? So x of k is equal to summation of n is equal to 0 to n minus 1 xn e to the power, in place of e I have to write Wn kn. Since Wn value is e to the power minus j 2 pi n, it is a phase form, it represents the phase. So that's why this is known as phase factor or Twiddle factor. This is known as phase factor or Twiddle factor. By putting this in equation 1, this is the new form of DFT. Wn kn in terms of W, where W stands for Twiddle factor or phase factor. So now we will solve that same problem by using another method, that is matrix method for solving DFT. So you can solve the DFT by using two ways. Matrix method. So first of all, in 4-point DFT, we have to form a 4 cross 4 matrix. 4 cross 4 matrix, that is x of k you want to find, and you have given that matrix that we are going to form, and then we have a signal, that is x of 0, x of 1, x of 2 and x of 3 will be given to you. X of 0, x of 1, x of 2 and x of 3 will be given to you, and you have to form the matrix, and then we will get again in Fourier domain, that is in discrete Fourier transform, that is x of k value, x of 0, k x of 1, like this. This is x of 0, x of 1, x of 2 and x of 3. So this is you have to form. So for the 4-point DFT, I am going to write the matrix. So matrix will be written like this. You have to remember, like 4-point DFT means W4. Here this is 0 and this is we have column number 0, and this is your rows, and this is your rows and this is your column. So you have to see here, like your row is your k value and n is your column. So anyway, this product will be 0. So 440, this product will be 0, and the entire this will be 0. The entire first row and the first column will be 0, because one of the parameter will be 0 in this case. Then we have W4. So this is your we have second row and also second column. So W4 1, W4 1 into 2, and then W4 3. So this is your third row and second column. So W4 6, W4 9, then W4, then you have to write like since this is your third and fourth, so W4 12. So like that we have to write. So instead of writing and doing this, we have to remember that matrix. If you calculate the value, that will be coming out like this. So we have to remember here the value 1 1 1 and 1, then you have 1 1 1, then you have minus of j plus j, then you have j minus j, and then you have minus 1 minus 1 minus 1, and here we have 1. This is minus 1. So this is a 4 cross 4 Tudor factor matrix. So if you know this matrix and you have given time domain DFT and you need to find the discrete Fourier transform, just multiply your matrix multiplication method you have to apply. So remember this matrix. I am going to use this. Find 4-point DFT of signal xn is equal to 1 1 0 1. That's fine. Find the 4-point DFT of signal xn of given signal, that is xn is equal to 1 1 0 1 by using matrix method. In MCQ type, obviously you should go for your matrix method. That will save your time. Then but in semi-star examination, if matrix method will be asking, then you have to solve, otherwise you have to solve by using definition. One by one we have to calculate. So for that you have to refer the previous lecture. So find 4-point DFT and signal xn 1101 by using matrix method. So obviously you have to, xn is given and you need to find the x of k. So that will be written as like this: x of 0, x of 1, x of 2 and x of 3 will be given, and here the matrix will be 1 1 1 1, then 1 1 1, then you have minus j plus j, then you have minus 1, and then j minus j, then you have 1 minus 1 minus 1 and then minus 1. So just you have to remember this matrix, and you have given x of n value, that is 1 1 0 1 1 1 0 1. So this x of n value is also given to you. So just you have to now multiply and then you have to write here. So how to multiply? First row will be multiplied with this column, that will give you the first result. So 1 into 1, 1 into 1 and 1 into 0, then 1. So directly you can write here 1 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1, 1 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1. Then we can write 1 minus j, 1 minus j, minus plus 0 or minus 0 plus j. Then you can write 1 minus 1 0 minus 1, 1 minus 1 plus 0 minus 1. Then you can write 1 just matrix multiplication, then 1 1 plus this will multiply with this one, so j minus 1 into 0, then that will give you 0, then you have minus j into 1, that will give you minus j. So just add this, so you will find the result will be, the result I am writing here, result will be 3, then minus j plus j will be cancelled out, they will have 1, then plus 1 minus 1 will be cancelled out, that will give you minus 1, then you have plus j minus j will be cancelled out, that will give you 1. So result will be 3 1 minus 1 and 1. So this is very important to remember this matrix and how to form the matrix. They generally ask you about the 4-point DFT. So matrix method will be convenient and very time will save much time in your entrance examination or in MCQ type question. So now he will ask you if x of what is the value of x of 0. So just matrix multiply, then you can see here x of 0 value is 3. Then if you ask what is the value of x of 2, then x of 2 value is minus 1. So in conventional method we have to solve by using your definition, but in multiple choice question you have to solve by using this matrix method. So now we will start the properties of discrete Fourier transform, in which the very important property in most of the examination they will ask you circular convolution. So two types of convolution I have already explained you when I was teaching you about what is convolution. Convolution is particularly used to find the response of linear time invariant system, and then again in convolution is categorized into two types, linear convolution and circular convolution. In circular convolution, that is particularly you will use in discrete Fourier transform in order to find the response of the system. When we have a periodic number of samples given, that is samples are this circular convolution concept is only valid for periodic signal, is only valid for periodic signal. And then what is the difference? The major difference I have already explained you. For example, in linear convolution, just I am writing here linear convolution and circular convolution. In examination they will ask you the difference. Both are used for finding the response of the system, but this is only for periodic, this is for all types of signal. If here xn is given m number of samples, hn is given n number of samples, then yn consists of m plus n minus 1 number of sample. This is very important result with respect to linear convolution. You have to remember this. If xn means your input signal is given as m number of samples, hn means your impulse response given as n number of samples, then yn is given as, that is your output response. This is your excitation, this is your impulse response, that is system response, and yn is the output response. Then output response consists of m plus n minus 1 number of samples. But in case of circular convolution, we have to give both xn and hn as n, that is you have to take both equal number of samples, and yn is also we are going to find the same number of samples. That is, if xn is for example given 3 number of samples, for example here xn is given 1 2 3 and hn is given 1 2 3 4. So how to make this xn equal with hn? First of all, you have to pad a 0, that is known as insert a 0, means here known as 0 padding, here it is known as 0 padding. So you have to enter first 0, then both are equal, and now you will perform circular convolution. So there are two methods for finding the circular convolution. I am going to teach you about your matrix method for finding circular convolution. So matrix method for finding circular convolution that I will teach you. So this in this method first I will explain you with an example, then you will understand. Because in examination they will ask you two types of question here arises. First they will ask you what is the difference between linear what do you mean by convolution, then what is the difference between linear convolution and circular convolution. These are the two theoretical questions. Or they will ask you determine or find or apply circular convolution or matrix method to find the response of the given signal where xn and hn will be given to you. That is, by using circular convolution find the find the response of the system, find the response where xn is equal to 1 minus 1 and then 2 and hn will be hn here is where input signal is given and system response is given. This is your input and this is your impulse response or system response. System response will be given, that is hn. So here xn and hn will be given as like this 1 1 and then we have 3 and then minus 1 1 1 3 minus 1. So look at the number of samples, xn having 3 samples and hn having 4 samples. Then how to make equal xn with hn? First of all you have to add 0 with your xn. So that makes you 0 padding. This is known as your 0 padding in order to make equal with hn. Then how to perform? So circular convolution is always denoted like this. So this is your linear convolution symbol. This is your linear convolution symbol. If you encircle it, then it is denoted as your circular convolution. xn convolution with hn. So how to write, and that will give you y of n. Then how to use this? So here xn is given as 1, we have to write this in matrix form. So 1 minus 1 2 0. So this is your x of n, this is your x of n, or we can alternately use, then you have to multiply with, this will be multiplied as hn will be given as 1 1 3 minus 1. So you have to take this minus 1 to upper, so you have to take this minus 1 to upper and then push all the other samples towards one step down, that is 1 1 and 3. This is very easy. Minus 1 you have to take this to this position, the last sample will be going to the first position of the second column and then remaining samples will be one step down. Then you have 3, then you have to follow this, not this column. Now the adjacent column we have to see. I am taking 3 to the top, then the remaining sample will be down by 1, minus 1 1 and then 1. Then we have 1 and then we write 3 minus 1 1. Then you have general matrix multiplication. So just multiply it, that will give you the result of the circular convolution. So multiply it. So 1 minus 1 2 0. Then we have to write like this. This is so first we have to write this and then we have to write xn. Then you have to write xn, which is 1 minus 1 2, 0. 1 minus 1, 2, 0. So first you have to write the 4 cross 4 matrix, then we have 4 cross 1 matrix, then multiplication will be possible. So 1 minus 1, 3, 1. So first row will be multiplied with this column and that will give you the result. So 1 into 1, 1, then minus 1 into minus 1 plus 1, 3 into 2 plus 6, then you have 0. Then 1 into 1, 1, 1 into minus 1, that will give you minus 1, minus 1 into 2, minus 2, then you have 3 plus 3 into 0, that will be 0. Then you have 3 into 1, 3, 1 into minus 1, we have minus 1, 1 into 2, you have plus 2, then minus 1 into 0, plus 0. Then you have minus 1 into 1, minus 1, 3 into minus 1, minus 3, then you have 1 into 2, plus 2, then 1 into 0, we have 0. So now add all the result, that will be giving you 6 plus 1 plus 1, that will give you 8. Then we have 1 minus 1 cancel out, then you have minus 2, 3 plus 2, 5, minus 1, 4, minus 1, minus 3, minus 4, plus 2, minus 2. So this will be the result of the circular combination, 8, minus 2, 4, minus 2. So how many number of samples present in the result? 4 number of samples. But in linear combination we have m plus n minus 1 number of samples. 1 number of samples will be reduced there. Then just a homework question for you. So by using circular combination, find the response where xn is given as, where input signal, input is given as, input is xn, which is equal to 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1, and system response hn is given as 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have to found the matrix and then find the circular convolution and find the response of the system. So this is a homework question for you. To solve this, in the next class we will continue with the properties of discrete Fourier transform. So please pay attention to this class, because in internal examination or in semester examination, most of the questions they will ask you from this chapter, DFT and Z transform. This is very important with respect to your semester as well as for your second internal examination. Thank you.